Hey guys, Mike from Purple Tea here. I am here to review Markiplier's Iron Lung. I just got back from seeing it in the theaters, and it's been a while since I made a review, so I kind of wanted to get back into those. And this movie felt like a good movie to get back into it. I've been watching Markiplier since forever ago, and I thought, why not get back into YouTube videos by watching the YouTube legend himself, his movie, and giving a little review on it. So I wanted to talk about Iron Lung. It's based off a video game called Iron Lung, and Mark wrote it, directed it, and funded the whole movie himself. Now it looks like there's a lot of theaters that are showing this movie, which is great. I'm glad it's getting the amount of showings that it's getting. I think with him fully funding it himself, I think it's great that he's able to get this in theaters and get people in seats to watch it. From what I saw, it looked like my theater was pretty much almost sold out, and I saw a lot of different times sold out as well, like getting close to being sold out. So this movie's getting a lot of people seeing it, which is great. That's awesome. I think he's getting a lot of support, and he deserves it. He's put a lot of work into this. I know I've watched a few vlogs of him saying how much stress and time and energy he's put into this, and I think it's good to see him getting the support that you know that he deserves. Without spoiling anything, this doesn't really spoil, but he basically is in a submarine, like this very tough built, welded shut submarine that's going really deep into this ocean of blood on this planet, or I believe it's on a moon, and he's going down to investigate something. And so the movie is basically takes place in that submarine. The whole movie, it doesn't like start off any other way either. It just kind of jumps straight into him diving down in the submarine and starting off. So what's good in that movie is I think the set. I think the inside of that submarine's set up really well. I think it's basically just a console that he has to drive around, and then he has a window in front of him. So yeah, and then behind him he has like a camera that he can hit and take like an X-ray picture of what's in front of him. And the reason is because he can't use the window if he's too like far down into the ocean. The pressure's just too much on the window and it would crack it. So they keep it shielded off, and he can take pictures, see what's in front of him, then kind of navigate, and then take another picture, see what's in front of him, kind of gauge what's going on and whatnot. So the whole set, that room is really cool. I think the cinematography and the way the movie was shot was done really well. Markiplier himself, he started off, a little slow, but then I think towards the movie, towards like the end of the movie, as it was going, I think his acting got a lot better. I know it's his first film, I believe, acting in, so I think towards the end of the movie, it kind of shows that he can act, but it does take a little while to kind of like, I guess, break that wall of like, am I watching Markiplier being Markiplier and like trying to be someone else, or am I watching this character named Simon in a submarine? So you kind of have to like, it's hard to see him not as Markiplier and as a different character. That probably plays into it a little bit, but he does a pretty good job, and I give him kudos to that. And then another thing is I think the story building. I think it does the it doesn't give you too much. It gives you just enough to make you kind of curious on what this world that they're in, like the lore to it, I guess. Because right after this movie, I went to go watch Iron Lung, like video game lore speculation videos, because I was so interested in what this was about. Because I had watched people play the video game when it came out, and I thought it was just like, it's just a video game where you take pictures and you just navigate through blood ocean, and then that's it. Like, but I didn't know there was actually like lore speculation and story behind this game. So it was really cool seeing that play out. It gets very yeah, I don't want to spoil it, so I won't tell you. I'll just tell you that I think the story is very intriguing, and it definitely takes a while to get there, but when it does, it's satisfying. The not so good, I feel like a lot of the sound design can be a little wonky here and there. There's a lot of different noises going on when people are talking, so a lot of the dialogue I kind of missed. A lot of things that were spoken, like I couldn't really understand what people were saying. Sometimes they'd say something and it felt like there was something I was supposed to hear and I just couldn't hear it. So then it kind of made me confused for a little bit, but so that was a little bit of a problem. I think there was sometimes where Mark would kind of say, like maybe he'd have like a revelation or something and say something, and then I'm like, wait, what did he just say? I want to know what the character is thinking at that time, but I couldn't really hear what he was saying or understand what he was saying. He does have this like kind of mumble to him, which almost sounds like a drunk guy in a way. Like he'll just kind of like mumble something to like over the intercom to the people he's talking to that are up above the surface. He'll like mumble something to them, and it just kind of sounds like drunk guy mumbling, and it's hard to understand. And then I think another not so good thing with the movie is I think it takes a while to build up to get you interested into it. It took, I'd say, the first half. I don't know exact times, but I think the first half is just it's a slow build. It's a very slow build, and then once it starts going, then you're like, okay, now I'm locked in. I want to see what happens. This is a fun movie. But getting to that point is like it just feels like it takes a little too long to get there. I think a good way to gauge a movie is like if you would watch it again, and I think I would watch this movie again in the future. I feel like it would be one that I'd put on maybe every couple years or so, just to kind of be like, oh yeah, there's that like movie that sort of yeah, I don't want to like spoil it by saying like it compared to other movies, but there's some movies like that where I'll want to watch it because I'm like, oh yeah, this had this really cool idea and story, and I forgot maybe what it was, and I kind of want to go back and get back into that. So I think I would definitely watch it again. See it in theaters. I'd say go see it in theaters, especially if you're like a fan of him and you want to support it and you want to go see a cool sci-fi horror movie. There's a lot of blood in it. That's like the whole like thing is just like blood, blood, blood. If you're not too much into it, if you don't know, like, if you're not like into the game, you might be a little like, eh, maybe I'll wait till streaming or something to watch it. But I definitely check it out when it is available to stream. But yeah, that's kind of like my final take on it. I think it was a pretty solid movie. I think congrats to Markiplier for making this. I was expecting when I see these movies made by YouTubers, I kind of expect the worst. I kind of expect, not Hollywood quality, I guess. But I think this was like on par, if not better, than a lot of these movies that have been coming out that are kind of similar genre, I guess. So yeah, big congrats to him, and yeah, awesome. Iron Lung, check it out, and I'll see you guys in another video. Maybe I'll start making some more review videos and watching movies and playing games and stuff. It's been a while. I know I always say, I come back and I say, I feel like making game or videos, and then I don't, or I make a couple and then I dip for a year. But I definitely always want to make videos. I just got to find the time. And I had a little bit of time tonight, so why not make a little video? And yeah, if you guys have anything to say, let me know below, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.